And I was a trainer at these places, especially when I was in college, because that was my first ever quote unquote occupation that I did, especially while I was in college. There were a lot of interactions that I would have with women, married women specifically, not single women. I did have some single women that I worked with. That's fine. But married women, I would have some interactions with them that would leave me scratching my head. Because, I'm a very moral person, and obviously don't shit where you eat, right? Like, always, that was always my mindset. Never shit where you eat. And also, never touch another man's wife, right? That's another thing. Consensually, of course. I know some people are going to think, like, I'm saying something crazy. But I would have these crazy experiences where, obviously, I'm a trainer. I'm here to make money. I'm making money.
Let's just fall right there and capitalize on that. So, like, there's a lot of guys out there that don't care about this. Like, guys will screw around with married women, or, they have no other option, or they have no, guys will sit here and say, like, oh, like, I don't really care about the moral thing. Like, it doesn't really matter. She doesn't like her husband, or her husband's a cuck, or whatever. It's like, when dudes find this stuff out, for the most part, they don't go after the woman. They don't go after his wife. They come looking for you. Right. So, it might be all fun and games. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth the risk. There's many a video of a jealous husband, stalking and shooting his wife and her lover, like in some parking lot, or catching them in the car together. It's absolutely just not worth it. Right. So not even the moral argument, just self-preservation. If anybody's watching this and just screwing around with a married woman, or even have thoughts about it, it's just not worth it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Let me just say something on that too. Cause, I know a guy personally that did time in jail because he came home from work one day and he found his wife in bed with another dude, and he beat the crap out of both of them. Like, he just snapped. He didn't know what happened. Yeah, to Moff's point, it's just not worth it. I mean, there's a lot of consensual stuff going on, bullying. Some guys have cuck fetishes. These women, they don't respect men that like that kind of stuff or encourage them to go bang other dudes. Like, we have a very close friend that's a bull that is often recruited on dating apps to go and smash dudes' wives. Sometimes the guy sits in the chair in the corner. Sometimes he drops her off at the hotel. But yeah, there's two sides of that coin. Anyway, play it. Go ahead.
And I'm working with these women, and they start to get really flirtatious, right? And you start to wonder, because you know that they're married, because they came with their husbands in that consultation. Their husbands were sitting in that consultation. Their husbands were egging them on to actually be trained by me, and they were all for it. And then once the husband left, and they were just me and them in the gym, right? They would start to, say flirtatious things. They say, "Oh, you're so attractive. Like, oh, your muscles. I love how you look. Like, oh my God, like you're so amazing. I wish my husband was like that." And they would start to say things like this in the beginning, right? And I would work with
when women hit on men like that, that's GBD. That's genuine burning desire. It's very rare that women hit on men casually. Sometimes they make some overt gestures, like a flick of the hair, a glance, a flutter of the eyelids, sort of thing. But to overtly state things like, "Oh, you're a handsome man. Oh, the muscles look very nice on you," sort of thing. Like, that's GBD. Like she wants the D. That's what it's all about.
Totally. Yeah. Guys will often overlook subtle signs that women are interested in them. Like, she puts herself in your orbit, things like that. Eye contact, she's open to being approached, things like that. But if a woman is overtly telling you, "You are attractive. I like your muscles. I wish my husband was like you," like, that's just, it's as clear as day. Like, you can't get any more clear than that.
With these women for about 3 to 6 months, right? Nothing crazy. But as the weeks went on, the flirtations got more and more and more and more and more, right? To the point where it just got to a point where I'm like, "You're married." Like, I wouldn't tell them this, but in my head, I'm like, "You're married. Like, how could you be this flirtatious? Like, how could you be egging me on so much?" And it would get to a point, I would say typically around week 8, they would be like, "Hey, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm really attracted to you. Like, I don't really do much when I'm at home. My husband's not there. He's always at work. You can come over," or something like that. Or like, "Hey, let's go do."
I've seen this movie before. I've heard this story. It's like, it's always women married to successful, affluent, interesting, competent men. that do this kind of stuff. Married to the director of heart surgery at some hospital, right? You know, gal like that. Exactly that kind of chick. Married to a rich dude. Very interesting, eh?
Indeed.
Go do this, let's go do that. And I would politely say no, I respectfully say no, because obviously, I respect their husbands, I respect what they're doing, I respect the hustle that they're doing. But there's one thing I realized, because these demographic of women were rich women, right? And these rich women were always left at home by themselves. They were always bored. So they always wanted to talk to a lot of these guys who were in these services industries, right? They would have their own personal masseuse, who was a male. They would have their own trainer.
That's why you got to keep women busy, man. You can't, if you leave a woman to her own devices, just stare at social media.
She'll get into trouble.
Yeah, she'll just get in trouble. She'll go looking for trouble, or she'll just get into trouble. You have to keep them busy. We've said this before. You want a woman as a complement to your life that adds some value to your life, and she's doing something of some use in your life, rather than banging personal trainers like this dude, right?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's there's guys out there that subsidize their wives' failing business, like the NBA subsidizes the WNBA.
Yeah.
The WNBA has never turned a profit in it's 30 years or however long it's been around. But it's your little nail salon or your little passion project or your Etsy store where you sell arts and crafts and paint on little cups. Go nuts. If I have to foot a $20,000 or $100,000 bill annually because you lose money and you want to do this, then fine. That's the price a lot of these guys, will pay. But if you don't have that, she doesn't have any sort of outlet, especially children. I mean, he never talks about these women having kids and things like that. They're going to get bored and they're going to, find some shit that's going to entertain them.
Chicks with children too.
Here we go.
Trainer who was a male. They'd have their own gardener who was a male. They'd have all these male services around them, right? Clearly for...
Yeah, I forgot to mention this before. You should...
I'm gonna end it there. Concerning the intro, all praise Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakadash. Double honors to elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect of Hebrew Israelites. This is Brother Araki coming back with a lesson, as you heard in the intro, man. See how it is in Babylon, man. And other parts of the world which are Babylon influenced. It's fucking madness. Okay? All out of order. That these adulterers, housewives and wives just trying to do it all, man. Okay? Proverbs 6:32, but whoso committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that does it destroyed his own soul. And the dude in question, by the way, first copyright disclaimer, okay? But the man who was speaking, the personal trainer, okay, he had good mindset because he said he didn't want to indulge in that adultery. Okay, and as they mentioned in the the two Edomite looking dudes, as they was mentioning, if you get caught in adultery, the man of the woman that you did it with is on a mission. Okay? Will be motivated with rage. Let me see if I can find it. Is it something like jealousy is the fury of a man? Yeah, it was rage. So it isn't the same. Okay, let me begin from up. Proverbs 6 and 25. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Okay, this ain't no simp city. Okay, most definitely it's not simp season. So you cannot be just beyond that. She's absolutely gorgeous, vibe, and then you just lose your standing. Okay, that's not how we're supposed to roll in these times. We're supposed to be understanding that we are the prize as Israelite men of the hopeful elect. For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulterers will hunt for the precious life. When you see this, woman with the a wedding ring, looking at you intensively and shit like that, it's just, out of order, man. So you just have to look to another direction and keep it fucking moving. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? No, it will be burned. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? No, they're gonna be burned. So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. You see? And by touching, of course, it means, being, intimate with her, sleeping with her, trying to, get with her, okay, getting with her, sleeping with her. That's off. That's all the way fucking off, man. Men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. Okay, you can understand that in a way. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold, he shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding, he that does it destroys his own soul. In many ways, man. A wound and a dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. So basically, you just fucked up your reputation for good. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. You heard the example of a dude that found his wife, another man in bed after coming from work, and he just beat the shit out of both of them. There's even more extreme examples, man. Just, unaliving motherfuckers. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content thou givest many gifts. So even if you give him gold, silver, a yacht, a business opportunity, he's not gonna give a fuck. He's after blood, you know what I'm saying? So, man. And I watched the whole video of the personal trainer dude. So those women just straight up wicked. Here it is, they have the riches, they have the comfort by their husband, but then they want that excitement through these young college athletic build dudes, or the gardeners, male masseurs. That's male cleaners. That's all the way fucking off, man. That's just Babylon, man. Confusion. Okay? Wickedness. Ecclesiasticus 25:25, because I want to go to the point. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. So you're giving her liberty to be in the gym by herself with a male personal trainer, at the house with the personal male masseuse, cleaner, gardener. I mean, and a wicked woman. Hey, that's you preparing the way of a catastrophe. Okay? And then what you're gonna have to do is verse 26, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Because after that adultery, she's polluted. Shall not that land be greatly polluted? It's in Jeremiah 3:1. They say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? And yes, it shall. Okay, but thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith the Lord Yahweh. So we receive that mercy as a people, but it doesn't mean that now if you have a woman and she commit adultery, you're gonna be accepting it, man. Or, thinking that she's the one still, that she's wifey material, she just slipped up. Nice, game over, man. For good. The Lord willing, this was edifying. Okay, this video that I showed in the beginning is from Rich Cooper Clips. And I believe that's Tom Brady's ex-wife on the thumbnail on the left. I'm not sure at all. I just thought, of this comment, because it says here, lol, Giselle left Tom Brady of all people for her personal trainer. If someone as high profile as them can't hold it together, imagine your regular Joe and his wife. But let me make sure. So I put Giselle Brady. So maybe it's gonna come up. Giselle Brady. But that's, you see, this place, and now she has a different name. Okay, so it's not, it's a different one. Okay, so that was my bad. You can see, so whole lot of makeup, man. She was alright, but no, nothing too crazy, man. Whole lot of makeup. Tom Brady and Joaquin Valent. That's wild, man. I mean, you gotta get them as virgins. Even she was first in a relationship with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's fucking crazy, man. Since 2023, Bunchen has officially been in a relationship with jiu-jitsu instructor Joaquin Valente. So she was doing jiu-jitsu, fucking banging her, jiu-jitsu professor, while in a relationship with Tom Brady. And it's not a laughing matter. It's a scene of death, but it's just so fucking absurd, man. And because this the shit was going on. I was laughing because I do jiu-jitsu by myself, and if I had a wife, I could train her by myself privately, jiu-jitsu if she want, but for her to go to classes, man, that's, know what I'm saying, man. You just in a risky territory, let's put it that way. So the pair met in December 21 when she started attending classes at Valente and his two brothers' Miami-based self-defense academy. Okay, in Miami, undefeated, man. Look what's going on with Ilia Topuria. So Miami is pretty much a hub for fucking adultery. What? she got purple belt in 2 years? That's fucking crazy. So she got those promotions by fucking banging her jiu-jitsu profession, man. But yeah, also they give women the belts faster. But alright, Lord Vintage was edifying. On to the next one, Shalom.